Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm going to be taking a look at three of my Oxford Diecast Irish commercial vehicles that I have in my collection since it's still the month of March and give my overall view thoughts on this collection right here. So as you can see I have two Ford Transit vans and a huge truck from the haulage collection. So first one I'm gonna take a look at is one of the Ford Transit vans, and let's start in. So the first one I'm gonna show you is an Aer Lingus Airlines Ford Transit van that I have in my collection. I'm gonna be moving the camera a little bit to get it in line. So this is a pretty interesting one. You can see it says Aer Lingus on the side of the van. It's got the green shamrock as well. Got a door to get into the back of the van from the side, which is pretty cool. Got two doors on this side. Not a whole lot of detailing other than it's a green van with Aer Lingus written on it. Looking at the back of the van, it says Aer Lingus on the door on the right side, and the other door is just plain, but it has a license plate at the bottom. And then so it says Transit right here, right above the license plate, which is pretty cool. So they have that on there. You can see the tail lights at the back as well in the corners, right here and right here. Pretty cool. And turning the van around, pretty nice. There's no door to get into the back from this side, but the only door you do have is the one at the front, which is pretty cool. And then turning it around to the front now, turn the light off. It says Aer Lingus on the hood, and got the shamrock. Also, it's got the Ford symbol right there in the grill, which is pretty cool. It's pretty small, and I do have my camera zoomed in all the way. I don't think it's going to go any further than that, which is pretty cool. Also, on top of the van, I'm going to turn on the lights for a second. It looks like there's a sunroof right here, or something like that. Pretty nice. It's got that feature on it. It's pretty cool. So that'll be it for that van. The next one is another Aer Lingus Airlines cargo Ford Transit van, and this one is a white one, as you can see. It says Aer Lingus on it, and then on the door it says Aer Lingus Cargo, the shamrock. Pretty nice. Love the look of this one. The side door, got the door to get into the back from the side, on this side with the two doors. Turning it around, it says Aer Lingus with the shamrock on it, CAVA03, and then I feel like you can tell more of the detailing on this one. It's pretty nice. And then you got the two rear tail lights at the bottom and the corners, which is pretty cool. Got a license plate on the one door on the one side, and you can see the handle on the other door, which is pretty cool. And then along the side of it, you can see there's no door to get into the back from the side, but you do have the door at the front. It says Aer Lingus Cargo on it as well, which is pretty cool. And then along the front of the van, wrong light, you can see it says Aer Lingus right here. It may be hard to tell. Aer Lingus. And then along the top of the van, it's got a little bit. It's got the sunroof right here, which is pretty nice. The sunroof, pretty cool. And I feel like it's more easier to tell the detailing on this one. Also, as well, it's got the Ford sign right there in the grill, which is pretty cool. A little small, but it's cool that it's there. So that's pretty nice. And then the last one, um, The last one I have right here is a Volvo FH box trailer, and this one is Lucy Transport. Zoom out. Trying to get all of it in at once. I might have to make an adjustment here with the camera. Zoom back out just a notch. There we go. This one is a limited edition one. They only made 200. This is number 228 out of 2,000 that they made altogether. Pretty nice truck, I'll say. I'm gonna zoom in on the detailing of the cab real quick. So I'm gonna make a little adjustment here. Some adjustments. Yeah, that might be better. As you can see, it says Lucy on the door, and then back here it says Mill Street, County Cork, and then right here, small writing says www.lucytransport.com. Also got the harp right here behind the door. It says Globetrotter 480 XL, which is pretty cool. Looking at the front of the cab, it says the same thing. Globetrotter. Got the Volvo sign going across the grill right here, and then you see Lucy Transport, which is pretty nice. You also got the mirrors on both sides of the cab, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice truck. It's a Volvo. Now looking at the detailing on the trailer, I'm going to zoom out because there's a lot on it. See, it says Lucy Transport Limited, Mill Street, County Cork, warehousing and logistics, www.lucytransport.com. Then you got the telephone number written across the side of it, which is pretty cool. Right there. Also on the trailer, it's another 3-axle trailer, like a few of the other Oxford Diecast haulage trucks that I have. You can see this this thing right here, down across the side of it, and then the legs for the trailer, which is pretty cool, pretty nice. Turning it around to look at, if you take a look up close by the cab, you can see it from a, might have to turn that around in a minute. There's some detailing on the back of the cab that I'll show in a second, but you can see right along the back of the trailer. Move back a little. I might move back a little bit. I am zoomed in all the way. I'm not too sure how well this is going to show, but you can see it says Lucy Transport Limited. Same detailing from the side. Mill Street, County Cork, the telephone number, warehousing, distribution, and then www.lucytransport.com. And I really like the look along the back of the truck, or the right here on the trailer, this red trim going along the outside of the box by the doors, which is pretty cool. And then these little, how it's colored yellow down here in the box, which is pretty cool. Also on the bottom part of the trailer, you see where it's yellow and red, or that paint job, that oranges, which is pretty nice. And then same detailing on the trailer on this side as well. I'm going to zoom out just a notch. So that's pretty cool. And then taking a look right here along the back part of the cab, I don't know how well this is going to show or turn up, but it says Lucy right here along the back, and then you can kind of see the smokestack right here, which is pretty cool. I like that it shows that in it. 3-axle truck as well. See where it kind of bends at it, which is pretty nice. So that's pretty cool. And then also too, from the top of the truck, it's got this little thing right here. I'm not too sure what that is. If that's like a little, maybe it's a little sunroof or something they have on the top, or what that is. But that's pretty cool. It's got that feature on it as well. So that's pretty nice. pretty cool. Pretty nice for the haulage series. And now, to give my overall view thoughts on this collection. So this, I have to say, this is a pretty cool collection right here. I do have another Oxford commercial vehicle that I showed in one of my bus videos, or in the Irish bus video that I did a while ago. So I featured that one, but I figured I'd take a look at three of these that I have. And I really like these. I really like with the Aer Lingus vans that they're different colors, but that there's some different detailing on the second van compared to the first, but they're still very similar. They're pretty nice. I like that they're both Aer Lingus, have Aer Lingus written on them, and that they're cargo vans, which is pretty cool. Uh, Pretty nice. And then as far as the Lucy transport truck, that's a pretty nice one. I really like all of the looks and detailing it has on it, even though most of it is on the trailer. Still pretty cool, but I really like the way that this one looks. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty cool one. So um, these are pretty nice vehicles right here. And if you're to come across them, I'd highly recommend getting them for your collection, as they're really nicely detailed and look very realistic to the real thing. So be sure you keep your eyes peeled for these, as they would go great in your collection. So that'll be it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please be sure to stay tuned for the next one.